Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, hey, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman.
He just whispered in my ear that whoever takes a set of Chaitanya Charitamritas, that's the books we're talking about, the set of books. It's 9 volumes. It's one of the books that Srila Prabhupada was most interested in translating and having distributed. He said that he would personally make rasgullas and give them... Is that what you said? Not exactly. His wife. Now it's getting passed on. Okay, so that's an unbeatable. I've been hearing a lot about these Chaitanya Charitamritas, but I don't see any. Malini, do you have any left, or did you give them all away? One of the great secrets of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many secrets. And one that he and his followers taught was that by giving one gets. By giving one gets. It's opposite from the way people often think in this world that I have to try hard to get for myself. And they overlook the power of giving. Just see. Even talking about it. This is the one set of Sri Chaitanya Charitamritas, and you can see the color of the books that are on the shelf. Here's one.
Is it that size? That's the size? No. It's small. It's the smaller ones.
Is it? Medium. Medium. It's the perfect size. The more that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates gave to others the process of chanting Hare Krishna, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita says, the more their own storehouse increased. And he says poetically that there was a storehouse of love of God. And when Lord Krishna came 5,000 years ago, he brought that storehouse of love of God. But after he left, it remained locked. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he broke open the storehouse of love of God with his followers, and they ate the contents almost in a crazy madness that Maharaj was mentioning, in a kind of an intoxication. And they gave it out to as many people as possible without considering who was a fit or unfit candidate. And the more they gave it out, the more the contents increased. That's spiritual mathematics. And this is one of the other great secrets of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that was revealed by one of his most intimate disciples, Rupa Goswami, who said that there has never been a more compassionate appearance of God in this world. He has the most compassion of any other appearance of God in this world. His interest is in giving everyone the highest benefit wherever they are. And not only that, he searches them out. He looks for them. Karabhajana Muni, who wrote about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Srimad Bhagavatam, used the words Mayamrigam Daitayipsitam Anvadavad. And he said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of mercy, chased after the people of the world Maharaj had mentioned can't, and that there's a stubbornness. And sometimes when people won't take, you just let them go. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chased after them to make sure that they would get it. He searched them out. And I was just thinking the other day, in fact, I wrote a small piece about it in a little blog that I write, how the recent airline that was lost, Malaysia Airlines, took off and then nobody knows where it went. In fact, the 24-hour news cycle has made more news out of this, non-news, out of there being no news about this airplane than in regular news. And I was thinking, I read an article about it, and it said that the reason that they couldn't find the airplane is because there's a device in the cockpit called a transponder. And somehow or other, either by mechanical failure or because of someone in the cockpit, it was turned off. And therefore, they can't trace the airplane, the jet, wherever it went, because it sends out a signal. The transponder sends a signal, and then the searchers can trace it through satellites and everything else, and they can say that's exactly where it is, because it's sending out these signals. So I was thinking about how in the bhakti scriptures and the other writings about spiritual life, there's much mention about how one becomes lost in this world. And sometimes it's compared to a vast ocean, that one is simply swimming with no shore in sight. And at the time I was chanting Hare Krishna, my daily meditation, and I was thinking that just as those people who set off on that flight for a destination ended up lost, no way of finding them because no transponder, for an untold number of lifetimes, according to the Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic scriptures, I've also been lost in this world. And then the next thought was that the reason I'm lost is because I turned my transponder off. And then I was thinking that these beads and this mantra, that's the signal. A transponder, according to the Wikipedia, tells what one's altitude is and also one's speed, and it also gives a unique signal, so you can tell exactly which aircraft it is. And everyone has a unique signal. Every living entity is unique. And every living entity has a unique relationship with Krishna. And now, because of turning my transponder off, I've made it very difficult for the rescue mission to take place. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to chase after, to rescue, to actually search out those who are lost here in the material world. And then he suggested, turn your transponder on. And what is that transponder? It's this chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And each time you chant the mantra, you can feel that you're sending a signal all the way back to the spiritual world. And then you can be traced very easily. Then the rescue team can come in and pick you up and take you out of the ocean. So don't remain invisible. Make a lot of noise, but the right kind of noise. There's lots of people making noise, but it doesn't do anything. The right kind of noise is spiritual sound. And this is what the Vedas say, anavritti shabdat, anavritti shabdat. That by this spiritual sound, one can be liberated in this world. One can get everything perfectly. And this chanting that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought and distributed was specifically so that he could reclaim us even faster. And he said, just take the chanting. And he gave it out to everyone. So these two things, two principles, giving, and this movement, this Krishna consciousness movement, is all about giving. sometimes in the early days, people used to see the devotees on the street and they would ask for donations for books. And sometimes people would say, well, why don't you get a job? Why are you always asking for something? But actually, that's not the case. The case is that when you give something and someone gives something in return, it's an exchange of love. And that's what the Krishna consciousness movement is for. And the second point is compassion. That so many people are unfortunate in the world, and they have no understanding at all, even that they're suffering, and don't know why. In fact, we're giving talks in many of the corporations around Silicon Valley. And recently, one of the devotees who's organizing these talks sent a survey out to one of the corporations asking them, what would you most like to hear about? And almost unanimously, they said, we need peace of mind. We need to become free from stress. And many things like this. So the people are struggling like that, and they don't even know why. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is to reach out to those people, give them as much compassion as possible, so that they can help themselves, turn on their transponders, be found, and connect to the spiritual world through Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So over the last couple of weeks, we've been going door to door and presenting these books called the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. The full set is here. It's the most esoteric writing about the spiritual world and about the supreme divine source, Krishna, of any other book in the world. Revered by the most advanced spiritual practitioners like Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and our own Srila Prabhupada, who during his journey to America, when he was coming here to present Krishna consciousness, was exclusively reading this book on the way over. It's what he carried with him to read in Bengali. And now it's been translated. And regarding Bengali sweets, the Rasgulla comes from Bengal. And one time, when one of the members of our party who was responsible for going out and distributing these books was with Srila Prabhupada in Berkeley, California. Another devotee had a plan to have a cart that would go up and down the campus at UC Berkeley and sell Bengali sweets like the Rasgulla. And Srila Prabhupada looked at both the devotees. One was distributing these books and the other one was distributing the Rasgullas, and he said to the one who was distributing the books, he said, he is distributing the real Bengali sweets. So, so you can take these, don't even consider the price because it's insignificant. It's meaningless, whatever price it is. It's only a token, whatever you give back. I think they were giving away for some ridiculous price for the last couple of weeks. We didn't find out who set the price, but we were a little angry that they had set it so low, and let them all out through this some kind of a bargain. But what is it, Molly? Oh, that's ridiculous. All right, it's only $99. So anyone who wants to take one of these is welcome. This is Govinda Charan Prabhu. He's in the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He just told me that he will, anyone who takes a set tonight of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, he will match that set. And he will pay for another set to be given to one more person somewhere else who's not here in the temple tonight. So when you take a set yourself, you're also first 10 people. He told me the first time. Yeah. First 10 people. Yes, okay, who's writing them down? Malini, okay. Would you please say your name? Raj. Okay, Raj, let's give a big hand to Raj. Jeanette is right over here on the right hand. Big hand for Jeanette. Thank you, Jeanette. And remember, these are being matched. Whoever takes a set, you're also guaranteeing that someone else, by the mercy of Govinda Charan, is also getting a full set of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And again, don't worry about the price. It's only $99. That's nothing. Yes, Sudeep Prabhu is taking a full set. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yes.
Do we get the rasgulla along with that?
Yes.
The rasgullas will come later, right?
So you have a promise. No, it's in the deal. The rasgullas will come. Yes. Satyadev. That's here for Satyadev Prabhu. Thank you, Satyadev. Hare Krishna. We have a few more minutes. And
Please don't make me poor. Please don't get it.
don't do it. Don't do this. What's another hand in back? Balaram Chandra. Hare Krishna. And your name? Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. To Dennis is taking a set of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Venkatesh is here. Yes. Thank you. Mataji? Indu. Indu. Thank you very much. Big hand for Indu. Govinda Charan's warming up over here. He's feeling the... Shraddha? Oh, and what's her name? Prutak. Prutak from Oracle just texted in. She's watching online. Thank you to all those who are online. Let's give her a hand for Oracle. Prutak at Oracle. Yes. Data? Dayaka. Dayaka Prabhu is taking a set of Chaitanya Charitamritas. Don't even worry about it. It's okay. What? He just increased it to another 10. That means... Yes. Say your name really loud so everyone can hear. Sadhna is taking a set. We're still in the Govinda Charan round here. The Chaitanya Charitamrita has it's like a garland of verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam, and it explains the life and teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's compared in the book itself to be like ambrosia. Yes. Rajendranandam 1. Hare Krishna. Shamalangi 1. Hare Krishna. And notice I'm not even counting down, so. Hansapriya, what's the time? Because I think we're running out of time. There may be it's almost 6:30, and how much time do we have left? Just a couple more minutes, right? Yes.
If somebody wants a set and can't afford it, I have
Kanka is offering, if anyone doesn't have a set and can't pay for it, she would like to sponsor them. Now, does that also brings in Govinda Charan Prabhu's? That's pretty powerful. No, he's sponsoring another 10. And we're still slightly under the 20 mark. We're aiming for that. So anyone who doesn't have a set of Chaitanya Charitamritas and can't pay for it right now, don't worry, no shame in that. Just
I don't have upstairs.
anyone would like to take this? It's okay. Just raise your hand spontaneously. Who would like to tap? Yes. Very, very good. Yeah, thank you. One more set. Hare Krishna. Sundar Nanda Prabhu. Thank you. Malini? Malini, 3 sets. Hare Krishna. Now that's interesting. Malini's been out for the last few weeks distributing sets door to door, and now she's taking 3 more sets. So this partially proves the increase of the storehouse of love of Godhead. if anybody else would like a set, Rajesh is offering that he will buy a set for you if you'd like to take one home tonight. Go ahead, just raise your hand. If you don't have a set, just take one. Free round is open for the next 10 seconds. Yes, Mataji, what's your name? Priyanka will take a set. Thank you to Rajesh. Hare Krishna. Okay, now we really do have to count down because we have to move on with the next. Yes? Vital is also offering a set to anyone who doesn't have a set and would like to take one home tonight. They can have one. He's paying for it. Just go ahead and raise your hand. You could take a set home. Comes with rasgulla.
Please keep a list so that I can get the rasgulla. Maybe I have to pick the rasgulla up here.
Yes, and you would like to take a set.
Can you get 99 rasgullas? 99 rasgullas? No, I think I'll give like half a dozen for each person.
He's serious. He's not. Who would like to take Vital's set? Someone take one from Vital. He'll offer you a set. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay, we have a few minutes left, so I'm just going to count down twice, and then we're finished for the night. And this is a great opportunity. You can take one set. Yes. Chaitanya Charitamrita Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay, he'll take a set. Hare Krishna. Gauranga 10, Gauranga 9, Gauranga 8, Gauranga 7, Gauranga 6, Gauranga 5, Gauranga 4, Gauranga 3, Gauranga 2, Gauranga... By the way, when I get to 0, then the offer's over. He'll match anything. Yes. Yes. Nitai Kripaprabhu flew all the way from London, England, just to be here for the Gaur Purnima tonight. Would like to sponsor one for a library. Let's hear for Nitai Kripaprabhu. That's an excellent idea to put in the library. I put a full set in the Burlingame Library, and I went and looked, and it's been checked out 6 times. People are reading it over a period of time. Several of them. It was a classic set. That means I have to start over, but we are getting close to the end. Gauranga 10, Gauranga 9, Gauranga 8, Gauranga 7, Gauranga 6, Gauranga 5, Gauranga 4, Gauranga 3, Gauranga 2, Gauranga 1, Gauranga point 5. Sponsor? 10 sets. Say your name really loud. Krishna Karuna Prabhu just sponsored 10 sets. Haribol! I don't know if I mentioned to you all, but the author of this book, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, was invalid and blind when he wrote the book, but he was given the order by his spiritual master to write the book. And somehow or other, even though he was in advanced old age and extremely ill at the time, he continued to write the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and it was lauded by all the Vaishnavas as the greatest accomplishment in literary history for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And then later, when Srila Prabhupada came to America, he wanted this to come out to the world because it's such an important book about spiritual life. And he wasn't sure how long that he would survive here in this world, and therefore he asked the publishers of the books and those who were helping him put the books together to hurry up, but they were going slow, slow, slow. So one day he told them that you have to hurry up, so they bought a lot of equipment for their publishing and editing, and then they said very triumphantly that we'll be able to put out one book every 2 months. And then Srila Prabhupada, while walking on Venice Beach, turned to them and said, I want all of the books in 2 months. And the head of the department said, but that's impossible. And Prabhupada turned to him and said, impossible is a word found only in a fool's dictionary. And then just after that, the leaders of the publishing arm got together and they figured out a plan to work 24 hours a day for 2 months to produce the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And they did it. They were late by about 12 hours. And this is the result, the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, Gauranga 10, Gauranga 9, Gauranga 8, Gauranga 7, Gauranga 6, Gauranga 5, Gauranga 4, Gauranga 3, Gauranga 2, Gauranga 1, Gauranga point 5, Gauranga point 25, Gauranga point... Trusha Mataji has taken a set. Hare Krishna. Someone else raised their hand. One more. Hare Krishna. Gauranga 10, Gauranga 9, Gauranga 8, Gauranga 7, Gauranga 6, Gauranga 5, Gauranga 4, Gauranga 3, Gauranga 2, Gauranga 1, Gauranga point 5, Gauranga point... What happened? Sri Krishna Purushottam, he's sending a set to Cambodia. Haribo! That's amazing. Gauranga 10, Gauranga 9, Gauranga 8, Gauranga 7, Gauranga 6, Gauranga 5, Gauranga 4, Gauranga 3, Gauranga 2, Gauranga 1, Gauranga point 5, Gauranga point 25, Gauranga point 025. Go Premanande! Hari Hari Bo! Now, do you have sets we can deliver, or are we going to have to plunder the storehouse and steal the contents? We have some sets, and then there's a shipment on its way right now. There's a truck, probably will be on the road tomorrow, and they will land in right in the. They'll drop off a huge pallet of these books, probably by Thursday, and then we will make sure that we have your address and everything, and we'll. If you don't get yours tonight, we'll make sure that you get it in the next few days. We'd like to thank Govindacharan Prabhu and all those who sponsored and bought books tonight, the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We know that it will increase your spiritual aptitude and appreciating capacity for Krishna consciousness just by keeping it in your house. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Go Premanande Haribo.
Nachariyar Marman, Nachariyar Marman, Nachariyar Marman, Nachariyar Marman, hey, Nachariyar Marman, Nachariyar Marman, Nachariyar Marman, Nachariyar Marman.